Step rolling outside of my marriage and had a extramarital affair that ultimately ended in a divorce to an incredibly wonderful woman, not because anything was flawed in the marriage or in her, but in my own immaturity.
When a public marriage ends, it rarely stays private for long, and it becomes more of an uproar when the ex-wife of a well-known pastor finally speaks out. Pastor Jamal Bryant's former wife has made a shocking statement about their divorce, and it is bringing back strong questions about what really happened behind closed doors. For years, different stories about their breakup have been shared, but this new revelation adds more tension and debate. Was it only about cheating, or was there something deeper that changed everything between them? Join us in this video as we reveal the details. Pastor Jamal Bryant's ex-wife's shocking announcement. Jamal Bryant is once again at the center of public conversation after new discussions about his marriage to Carrie Turner and his complicated history with ex-wife Giselle Bryant started spreading online. The biggest issue many people are discussing is whether Jamal and Carrie became close, while Jamal and Giselle were still trying to work on their relationship. Although there is no public proof confirming wrongdoing, the rumors have continued growing because of comments made by different people connected to the situation. Giselle reportedly believes Carrie was already around during a sensitive period in her relationship with Jamal, and that belief has fueled a lot of online reactions. Jamal announced his marriage to Carrie in late 2024. Publicly, the announcement appeared joyful and hopeful. Many supporters congratulated the couple and celebrated what looked like a fresh start for the pastor. Carrie was introduced as a minister, author, and speaker, connected to New Birth Missionary Baptist Church in Atlanta, where Jamal serves as pastor. However, people connected to the church community reportedly were not surprised by the relationship becoming public. According to several discussions online, some church members claimed Jamal and Carrie had already grown very close before the marriage announcement. Some people even described their relationship as something quietly known inside certain circles. Things became even more intense after Jamal and Carrie were reportedly seen together publicly at an ice cream shop in Florida. Once pictures and sightings started spreading online, many people immediately began questioning the timeline of their relationship. Critics wondered whether the relationship started much earlier than they admitted publicly. Carrie later explained that the Florida meeting was connected to ministry and education. According to her, Jamal was helping her with her doctoral program and professional projects at the time. She strongly denied that the meeting involved anything inappropriate and said their relationship at that stage was professional. Still, many people online continued speculating. Carrie also spoke about how careful she tried to be while working at a megachurch because she understood how quickly rumors could spread. She said protecting her integrity was important to her and denied knowing Jamal personally during earlier years mentioned in online gossip. The renewed attention also brought focus back to Jamal and Giselle's long relationship history. The former couple was married for several years and share 3 daughters together. Their marriage ended years ago after Giselle publicly spoke about repeated infidelity issues that deeply hurt their relationship. Even after the divorce, the two eventually became close again, while co-parenting their children. Over time, they publicly shared that they were trying to rebuild their relationship. At one point, Giselle even praised Jamal for showing maturity, humility, and growth. She appeared hopeful that they could move forward in a healthier way than before. However, their reconciliation eventually ended again. Giselle later explained that distance, travel, and the COVID period made maintaining the relationship difficult because they lived in different cities. While she described the breakup as peaceful, many people online questioned whether there were deeper problems happening behind the scenes. Those questions became louder after Jamal and Carrie's relationship became public. Giselle later began making comments that many people viewed as subtle shade toward Carrie. One comment in particular gained a lot of attention online after Giselle suggested Carrie was not in her league. That statement quickly spread across social media and caused another wave of reactions. Carrie eventually responded in her own way. She shared messages encouraging women to support each other instead of acting like mean girls. Although her words sounded calm and positive, many people believed the message was directed at Giselle. The situation became even messier after old reality television drama resurfaced online involving Monique Samuels. During a reunion show years earlier, Monique famously brought out a binder containing alleged information about Jamal's personal life. She claimed another woman had contacted her directly and shared screenshots and private messages suggesting Jamal was still involved with other women while trying to reconcile with Giselle. Although Jamal never publicly confirmed all of those allegations, the moment became one of the biggest scandals connected to the couple. Giselle later claimed she already knew about the situation before it became public, saying the information was not new to her. Now, years later, all those old rumors and accusations are being discussed again because of Jamal's new marriage, and also the alleged announcement made by Giselle about cheating not being the only reason for her and Pastor Jamal's divorce. But after surviving broken relationships, betrayals, and painful personal lessons, one question remains. What really happens behind the scenes when a respected spiritual leader is forced to confront the pain hidden beneath public success? Stay tuned for more. The pain behind public success. Jamal Bryant recently had a very open and honest conversation about marriage, failure, leadership, public shame, and the emotional struggles many people never see behind closed doors. The discussion became emotional because he did not try to act like a perfect man. Instead, he spoke honestly about the mistakes he made, the pain those mistakes caused, and the lessons he learned after losing his marriage publicly. One of the biggest things he discussed was the reason his marriage ended. Many people believed the marriage only failed because of cheating, but he explained that the situation was much deeper than that. According to him, the biggest problem was the way he behaved after the betrayal happened. He admitted that he became proud and emotionally insensitive. He believed saying, "I'm sorry," should have fixed everything immediately, and he failed to understand how deeply his actions hurt his wife emotionally. He explained that his former wife was more hurt by his attitude after the situation than by the cheating itself. Looking back now, he admitted that he lacked maturity and did not fully understand what true accountability meant inside a marriage. He said he handled the situation like someone trying to end the argument quickly, instead of someone truly trying to repair the damage he caused. The pastor also spoke about how hard it is to experience public failure while leading thousands of people. He explained that many people think pastors and public figures are always strong and emotionally stable, but that is not true. According to him, people in leadership still feel pain, shame, fear, embarrassment, and disappointment, just like everyone else. He said social media has made things much more difficult because public figures now feel pressure to always appear perfect. The moment somebody makes a mistake, millions of people begin discussing it online without thinking about the emotional effect it has on that person or their family. He explained that leadership comes with exposure, and once a person becomes famous, every mistake becomes public conversation. One of the saddest parts of the discussion came when he spoke about how public criticism affected his daughters. He explained that he could deal with attacks against him personally, but things became much harder when his children started hearing those same stories at school or from other people. He shared that his daughters sometimes called to check on him after hearing rumors or reading things online. According to him, public scandals affect more than just public figures. They deeply impact families as well. He said many people treat controversies like entertainment, while forgetting real loved ones are hurting privately. He also admitted the situation felt especially painful because he came from a strong Christian family where long-lasting marriages were the norm and separation was uncommon. In fact, he revealed that he became the first person in his family to go through a divorce. That reality placed a heavy emotional burden on him because his parents had spent years teaching other couples how to build healthy marriages. They were respected for their wisdom about relationships, so watching their own son experience public marriage problems became heartbreaking for everyone involved. He shared that one of the hardest moments in his life came when his parents told him they were disappointed in him. Even though he was already dealing with public embarrassment and emotional stress, hearing those words from his parents hurt him deeply. He described the experience as something that completely broke him emotionally. The pastor also talked about how reality television made the situation worse. Because his former wife joined a reality show after the divorce, millions of people watched their personal struggles every week. He explained that there was no private space to heal because strangers constantly recognized him and commented on his personal life. Another major part of the conversation focused on humility. He admitted that success, fame, and public praise can slowly create pride inside a person if they are not careful. Looking back now, he believes many of his struggles came from arrogance and feeling too important. How did Jamal Bryant begin the difficult journey of healing emotionally, rebuilding his life, and learning who he truly was beyond the spotlight? Let's delve deeper. Depression, healing, and learning to start again. As the discussion continued, Jamal Bryant became even more open about the emotional struggles many pastors secretly deal with. He explained that many people believe spiritual leaders are always strong, confident, and emotionally balanced, but behind closed doors, many of them struggle with depression, loneliness, fear, stress, and emotional exhaustion. According to him, one of the hardest parts of ministry is helping other people survive difficult moments while secretly struggling with yourself. He explained that pastors often stand in front of large crowds, encouraging people to trust God during hard times while privately fighting emotional battles of their own. He explained that there is no chance to hide or quietly heal because leadership responsibilities continue every day. Even during emotional pain, pastors still have sermons to preach, people to counsel, churches to lead, and families to support. According to him, this non-stop pressure can become mentally exhausting over time. One of the strongest moments in the conversation came when he admitted that he focused more on ministry than on his marriage. He explained that he became so committed to building the church and helping other people that he slowly neglected his responsibilities at home. Using powerful words, he admitted that he treated the church like his bride while treating marriage like a side relationship. Looking back now, he realizes how unhealthy that mindset became. He explained that many leaders become addicted to success, applause, growth, and public attention. Over time, they start investing more energy into their careers than their families. Sadly, by the time they recognize the damage, relationships at home may already be broken. The pastor also challenged the belief that simply completing religious activities automatically prepares somebody for marriage. Before getting married, he and his former wife completed counseling sessions, prayers, devotionals, and all the traditional church activities. However, he admitted that none of those things automatically gave him emotional maturity. According to him, marriage requires patience, sacrifice, discipline, humility, and emotional growth. A person may appear spiritually prepared on the outside, while still being emotionally immature inside. He said one of his biggest mistakes was failing to truly value the role of a husband. At the time, he understood ministry better than marriage. He knew how to lead publicly, but did not fully understand how to build a healthy relationship privately. Another important point he raised was the difference between a supportive fan and a life partner. He explained that many public figures become so admired publicly that they begin expecting the same kind of admiration at home. However, marriage requires friendship, honesty, communication, and emotional connection, not non-stop praise. Despite everything he experienced, the pastor made it clear that he still strongly believes in marriage and family. He said he does not believe people were designed to live alone forever. Even though he has achieved success in ministry and leadership, he admitted that part of him still feels incomplete. One statement that surprised many listeners was when he said he currently feels like he is only 70% of the man he believes he should be while living single. According to him, he believes marriage brings balance, support, partnership, and emotional stability into a person's life. He also explained that he now understands the importance of healing before entering another relationship. Instead of rushing into marriage again, He believes emotional growth and self-awareness are necessary first. Throughout the conversation, Willie Moore Jr. also shared his own personal experiences with temptation, public criticism, emotional pain, and relationship struggles. The two men connected through shared experiences of public mistakes and personal rebuilding. Their discussion focused on healing, accountability, self-reflection, and growth after failure. Ultimately, the conversation portrayed spiritual leaders not as flawless figures, but as human beings capable of struggle, heartbreak, mistakes, and continued personal growth. How does the public story shift when private claims and personal experiences start to surface? Keep watching for more. Public claims, private pain, and the ongoing debate. A public conversation has brought attention again to Jamal Bryant after a detailed personal story described an emotional moment she reportedly had at a church event shortly after her divorce became public. According to the account, she attended a celebration connected to a pastor's wife and later took part in a speaking moment during the gathering. It is claimed that during this moment, Jamal appeared very emotional and upset. When she was given the microphone, she reportedly spoke about how hurt she felt during her marriage breakdown. She said that many people did not reach out to her during that difficult time and that she felt alone and unsupported by friends and members of her community. Her words focused on feelings of pain, disappointment, and lack of support during her divorce. The report says that her emotional speech changed the mood in the room. People present reportedly became quiet and unsure how to respond. Her comments continued for a while as she expressed frustration and sadness about how she was treated during her personal crisis. Eventually, church leaders are said to have gently stepped in and guided the moment forward by taking control of the microphone so the event could continue. The situation was handled in a calm and respectful way, but it left a strong impression on those who witnessed it. The same account also describes how the speaker viewed Jamal's personality based on this experience. They said she came across as very emotional and intense during the moment. They believed her reaction showed deep anger connected to the breakdown of her marriage with Jamal Bryant. The divorce between them was widely known and had been linked to issues of infidelity, which reportedly caused a lot of emotional pain. The speaker suggested that these past experiences may have influenced how she behaved during the church event. Another part of the discussion focused on how emotions from the past may still affect present behavior. The speaker suggested that unresolved pain from her marriage could influence how she reacts in public situations involving Jamal Bryant and his personal life. They also implied that feelings such as anger or jealousy might play a role in how she responds to news about his relationship. These ideas were presented as personal opinions rather than proven fact. The conversation also included claims about Jamal Bryant's wider church environment. It was suggested that there were rumors of close relationships between him and some women within church circles. These claims were described as things people talked about in the community rather than confirmed events. The speaker also suggested that such situations may have caused concern about boundaries between leadership roles and personal relationships in the church. However, no clear evidence was provided to support these claims, and they remain unverified. There were also general concerns raised about how personal relationships and church leadership can sometimes overlap. The discussion suggested that when boundaries are unclear, it can lead to misunderstandings and public criticism. The speaker expressed discomfort with what they believed might be mixing of personal and professional roles in religious spaces. These concerns were based on opinion and observation rather than confirmed details. Despite the critical tone of earlier comments, a more positive view was also shared about Jamal Bryant's current marriage. A separate person said they recently met his current wife and had a good impression of her. They described her as kind, friendly, intelligent, and confident. According to this view, she appeared warm and respectful during the meeting. This same person also said that Jamal Bryant seemed happy in his current relationship. They described the couple as joyful and supportive of each other. They encouraged positive thoughts and prayers for the marriage, saying the relationship looked stable and peaceful from what they observed. This gave a different picture compared to earlier claims and showed a more hopeful view of his present life. In general, the conversation brought together personal memories, opinions, and rumors about past events. It showed how public figures like Jamal Bryant and Jamal Bryant continue to attract attention because of their past relationship history and current personal lives. While some parts of the discussion were based on personal experiences, other parts were based on speculation, and many claims were not officially confirmed. What more do you think is there about Giselle and Pastor Jamal's divorce? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you for staying with us as we explored the ongoing public conversations surrounding Pastor Jamal's divorce. If this deep dive into faith, reputation, and behind-the-scenes claims keeps you engaged, don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the next video on your screen for more stories. See you there.